How's it going, everyone? My name is Jack Thompson, and welcome back to another episode of Tipsy Talk. Today, we're going to be drinking the one and only, the greatest beer on planet Earth, a natural ice black. If you don't know what this is, I don't know if it's actually called natural ice black, but there's one that comes in a silver can. This is the same price of the one that comes in a silver can, but it's almost 2% more alcohol per volume. So this is what we're going to be drinking today. In today's video, we're going to be reviewing the book It Doesn't Have to Be Crazy at Work by Jason Fried and David Hansson. Let's get started. Cheers. Woo! It's 11:52 in the morning. That tastes like straight piss. So I found this book when searching through Amazon.com bestsellers, and then I listened to it in like a couple days using Audible.com. So I'm going to jump in just by giving you my honest review of the book and then go into a couple of the points that I like the most. So in my last video, I reviewed the book Crushing It by Gary Vaynerchuk, and so I kind of thought I would keep with the theme of going with another business book. And honestly, this book didn't quite speak to me as much as Gary Vaynerchuk's book did. And the reason that I didn't quite like it as much was because the book was kind of all over the place. As you can tell by the title, the main focus was to give you tips and tricks or just experience on how to make life at work a little more enjoyable. And I thought they would kind of go at it from an employee perspective. I think Jason is the CEO and David's the CTO of a software company called Basecamp. And so they took the approach more from the employer aspect, which I didn't think was quite as beneficial as when they talked about kind of from the employee perspective. So the book was kind of just all over the place. It was like 64 chapters on Audible. I don't know if that's how it is in the actual book, but they were just kind of scattered all over the place. I wish they kind of just dove down into one aspect of life at work. But I do think that they had some good little nuggets. At certain points, the book kind of felt like they were bragging about the company that they built, which I get. Like, they've done a great job of building Basecamp, but obviously this goes for anything. You know, what works for them, not necessarily going to work for you. You know, I don't want to bash the book, but it wasn't necessarily my favorite, but there definitely are some points in the book that I would highly recommend, either if you're an employee or an employer, to just take a look at. So if you ever get the chance to read It Doesn't Have to Be Crazy at Work, I would recommend it. It would only take you about a couple hours. It's a pretty fast read. And so I'm sure there's like some things that would speak to you that didn't speak to me. So I mean, give it a shot. I'm going to go into a couple more of the important topics. Let me know if you agree or disagree with me, what are your opinions on the topics. I would really love to hear them. So I really wanted to hear the book from an employee perspective, how life could not be crazy, or how life shouldn't be crazy for an employee. And what I really liked about these were kind of on the earlier chapters of the book, is that they talked about this crazy, this hustle mania phase that we're in when it comes to work, especially entrepreneurs. I did review Gary Vaynerchuk's book last time, and Gary is known for, you know, the hustle mania. He is all about the hustle. But what I did appreciate about in this book is how they pointed out how actually insane the whole hustle mania craze is. Like, there's really nothing to be proud of in regards to getting only 3 hours of sleep, or I feel like there's kind of a badge of honor that we're putting on people that hustle more, but you don't get a reward for having a harder struggle to success. There's no reward in that. So I mean, if you can make it by without doing all these crazy things, like, what's most important is your health. You should be able to build a company and not sacrifice the health that you have. You know, Instagram and social media plays a big part in this hustle mania craze that we see. And I think a lot of that comes from comparing ourselves to, you know, other entrepreneurs, other athletes, other actors, our friends, family. And I think it was Mark Twain who said it, that comparison is the death of joy. I might be wrong, but that's a quote that they use in the book, and I really liked it because I think that kind of plays into the hustle mania craze that we see going on. It's because we see all these people that are successful than us, and we want to get to them, and we think that, you know, pulling these all-nighters, playing dirty, doing what we got to do to be successful is the only way to get there, and it's really not. What I do appreciate about this book is that they kind of preach, you know, the laying a foundation brick by brick, not burning yourself out there, because, you know, most companies fail within the first year. Not everyone makes it to year 5, year 10. So it's kind of about, it's a marathon, not a sprint, and I think that riders, the owners of Basecamp, they did do a good job about applying that to, you know, a young entrepreneur's life, because they've been there, they've done it. Many people think that the hardest day of business is, you know, in the beginning, but really once you start building your business, it just gets harder and harder. It compiles on each other, it compounds, and, you know, everything builds off each other, and it just, you know, it gets harder. So I think that's just a common misconception, and the point they're trying to make is to, you know, not burn yourself out, not get into this, the hype of hustling, the hysteria that's kind of around it. If you go on Instagram, you'll see all the quotes. But that doesn't necessarily have to be the case, and that's kind of how, you know, work might be a little more difficult for you. Oftentimes we see I'm gonna have a beer first, sip first. Oftentimes, if you watch videos like this, or business videos, self-help videos, you'll see people talking about hacking productivity, hacking this, how to get more time out of your day. When really, that doesn't necessarily need to be the case. I feel like we think that it's an accomplishment to have a busy schedule, to have meetings and stuff, and we try to fill our time with busyness. And we're trying to hack productivity to gain more time so we can fit more stuff in that. That's not really the goal that we should be going for. It should be, we should figure out the stuff that's irrelevant and that is not necessarily important, and see what we can cut out of our schedules. Becoming more efficient, having more efficient productivity, that's for machines. Efficiency, productivity is for machines. We're not machines, we're humans. I think we need to work on, cutting downtime for what's really important. Having free time is not a bad thing. Free time gives you the opportunity to explore other arts, other skills, spend time with your family and friends, rest. I think there's kind of a misconception that we think that you have to be busy in order to be successful, and that's not necessarily true. You got to figure out where your priorities lie and readjust your schedule to that. One of my favorite anecdotes that they gave in the book was a story about Jeff Bezos. He was trying to make a decision on an Amazon original, and he didn't necessarily see the benefit to approving this Amazon original. And he told that to the producers and to the team, saying that he didn't agree with this decision, but they were adamant about it. And he responded by saying, I disagree, but let's commit, and I hope it's the best original that we have. And that's just saying that oftentimes we get bogged down in making these decisions. And it's not necessarily, do we pick the right decision, or do you agree with it? But let's commit 100%, let's go at it, and then let's hope that, it's the best thing we made, it's the best thing we can offer to our clients. I think that, that anecdote goes with, you don't know if your business is going to work, if your product's going to work, until you just go for it, until you ship it out to your clients. Because I think we also get just bogged down on testing the market, doing surveys, thinking of ideas. At some point, you gotta dive into the water. And I think that's kind of the hardest part, is because people, they want the crutch of, I don't know if this is going to work, let's keep on analyzing, let's keep on surveying. But most rewards are right on the other side of the risk. And the risk is, just going for it. At some point, you got to stop thinking about it and just doing it. That's what most successful businesses do. My business, for example, I do window cleaning, but I didn't know if it was going to work. I'm a young kid. I had no experience with it before. I just sensed it. I just did what I thought needed to do. I had no experience before. It's been going pretty successful, and that's just I could have waited or just blown it off altogether. But I just thought that, it's now or never. The reward is more than the risk, and so I took the chance, and it panned out. But that's not to say that you shouldn't think or discern about your decisions. But at some point, you gotta let go of the side. But yeah, that's all I got for this video. Please let me know if you had enjoyed it. I got a lot of great feedback from my other video. If you haven't seen that, go ahead and check that out. But I don't know why it's been 8 months since I last posted a video, and I don't know why it took me so long when I had a pretty solid start to the channel. So if you haven't, give this video a like, subscribe. Please let me know in the comments if you agree with any of the points I made, if you disagree, if you think I'm a fucking idiot. Let me know. I would love to hear. If you have any suggestions, please shoot them my way. I kind of want to keep doing books. I think books are an easy way to do. This could be like a little tipsy book club, but also I'd be down to do talk about anything. We're going to be trying to post some more. I always say that we're going to try to post some more, so we'll see if it happens. But please, yeah, guys, let me know what you think. Have a good one. Take care. Keep working hard. Get that bread. Peace. I can't believe I just said get that bread. Ignore that. Have a good one. Bye.